Hi and welcome to the channel. If it's your first time, then welcome, and please do not forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, so every time when I'm uploading a new video you are being notified and you can check it out. And for showing support, please hit the thumbs up button. It really helps me out, meaning the channel, with the YouTube algorithm. I highly appreciate you. Thank you. So what can I say? I did it again, and this experience and experiment, it's starting to be quite enjoyable for me. A little bit stressful because I have to create a composition using only one instrument, and plus this instrument is not known, so I never opened it, I never used it. I don't really know how it works, what kind of sounds do we have on the instrument. So it's really a first time for me, because this is the idea of these recordings, is that for me it really makes to work a little bit the composition wise differently as I'm usually do, because usually I'm using the instruments that I already know them, that I use them a lot. But in this case I'm just choosing hazardously an instrument, and then I start to create, try to compose something with it. And it's the same thing with this composition. If you haven't watched my oldest videos, this is, I think, the third or the fourth video where I'm repeating this experiment, meaning that the first I started with the GLAZE, and I was quite surprised what I succeeded to do with the GLAZE. Is the same thing, it's a Kontakt based instrument, and I was really surprised of the composition. So then I did it again with another Kontakt Player based instrument, East Asia, and with that one it was really quite fun. However, it was a little bit difficult because Asian instruments, I mean, I'm a keyboard player, but I never did it. Then I repeated the experience with Melted Vibes, and with Melted Vibes also it was quite fun and nice. And here we are again, and this time the experience was with the 40's very own keys. And as with the other ones, it was really the first time I have used the instrument, meaning that I have bought the recently cross-graded, more truly the Kontakt or the complete bundle edition. So I have now the complete 14 bundle edition, and it was included in this bundle. I have many instruments in this bundle that I'm not using it, so I thought to myself, this is really a nice way to discover all the instruments that are included in the complete 14 bundle edition. And as I told you, I did it with the GLAZE, I did it with East Asia, I did it with Melted Vibes, and now here we have with the 40's very own keys. So this composition, 99% of this composition is created with the very own keys, the 40's very own keys. Now obviously you can see it here, if I can show you what is going on. Okay, we have the bass, keys, leads, mallet, organ pad, percussion, but the percussion we have just these two sequence and sources. And so we do not have drums. So for drums I used battery 4, and then I even changed a little bit. If you hear here that I used a little bit of damage also, and for the transition, rise and hit. But beside that, everything is done with the 40's very own keys, and it's the same thing, is based on the same thing like Melted Vibes, the GLAZE, and East Asia. So you have A and B sound that are combined. You can mute it A or B sound, or you can just change the sound. Then you have, you know, like cutoff, reverb, and whatnot. So it's pretty decent, okay, instrument. And I was really, you know, surprised by this instrument, discovering at the end really cool and powerful sounds. But let's just go back to the composition, and let me just show you what I have used in this composition. So I started up with the main theme again, the composition, was starting up with the main theme. The main theme, I used a sequenced element sound. This 140 is MG7, and you know, let me just show you. So if I'm just pushing one note on my keyboard, like this one, yes, wait, here. So if I'm just activating a note on my keyboard, this is what it sounds. So I use this factory preset at sequenced sound, and what I did at the beginning, there's a cutoff filter applied, like here. I did some automation also. So this is this cutoff, you see, it's changing. Now I'm 47, right? And afterwards I created directly, and along the composition this filter cutoff is just working, so it's changing, like here, you see. So it's giving a little bit of dynamics, if you want. So then I created the bass for this one, and the bass I did combined two bass. So the first one is a sequenced one. So you see, this is the one. And the sequence, the arpeggiation, I created myself. So I just played here with the velocity, and because the sound without this one is just... And I did modify a little bit, played with the cutoff, tone, crush, right? And so this is the final result, right? Then the second bass, right? So the second bass is something that is complementary, and it's just a cool bass sound. It has some really powerful and really nice sounds, this for these very own keys. I really like it. I really enjoy it. So it's just it's just playing this one, this, right? And together it gives like this. Then with the main theme, and obviously, as you can see here, the signal, that means that it is sidechained with the drums. Now the drums, I used as a starting point the 40s very own drums, because even when I'm recorded live the composition, so I started to create the composition, I told to myself, because I saw it first here as I was opening my Kontakt, that up was 40's very own drums, and I told to myself, okay, I will use it, this one, for the drum sequence. Now an error created that I just found that it sounded really cool and retro, this drum sequence, but it was sounding cool because of my my reverb bus was activated, because without the reverb it's like this. I mean, I do not like it, it's not special, right? But with a very high level of reverb, it's really cool. So this is how the rhythm started to make sense. And now what I did is I layered down with multiple drum kits from Battery 4. So for example, here this is one layer, then the second one, and let me just make you hear separately. Right, and then the second one, and all of them together. And it's just, I found that is working really nice with the theme and with the bass. Right, and then, well, I had to develop the composition. So the second theme, I noted here the first theme, but the second theme came with like this one. Right? And this is just a very simple, so it's really nice. It's a really lovely sounds that we have here with the 40's very own keys. So I really enjoy this one, and this is how it sounds with in the composition. So now we have a first theme, first solo part, and it's a really lovely key, this one also. It's really nice. You can just, it's really retro, really nice synth sound. So I used it for this solo part, like a storytelling event, and it sounds like this. It's really nice. So I have here a little bit of break of breathing. And here I introduce the organ, right? So here I'm introducing the organ sound again from 40's very own keys, right? We have pretty nice organ sounds. Right, it's a pretty cool organ sound, and I just A minor, right? It's just an A minor that is just coming in from time to time. So now another story begins, and this time is again an instrument from the 40's very own keys, and again very dreamy, very nice, right? Right, and it's just very cool. Now you could hear this sound and this sound. I mean, you can imagine we are almost at the end of the composition because we have already so much themes introduced, and then I'm arriving to this sound. I'm discovering this sound and I say, oh my god, I mean, this sound is, I mean, I wasn't expecting this from the 40's very own keys, like, and here, a low end, right? Whoa. Cool. It's a really cool sound. I love it. I think I will, most obviously, I will utilize in many of my compositions. It's just great. So in the composition, it sounds like this. Really nice. So now this, in fact, this demanded an answer. If you say that this one is a question, it demands an answer, and this is how this one came across, because I came across to this sound again. Just 1 second. Alright. Right, so this is cool again, right? Even in as a solo part, it's a really nice one. It's cool, but I utilize just here, and I did an automation a little bit because obviously I didn't want it to play along. So here is a little bit of automation, right? Just I'm playing with the cutoff, right? And it sounds like this in the composition. Let me just make it play. So play along. So it's really nice, I really love it, and I just felt that I have to complementary do something. I think it was, no, in fact, in chronological order, after this, I went and I created this end solo, and I use this, right? So when I discovered here with the end, right, obviously it came into my mind that I have to do a solo part also, because it's just so cool. I really love this sound. So I created this end solo. And in the composition, it's like this. And after this, listening a little bit again with the composition, I realized that I have to do something more. Here, for example, I just didn't love it. I felt that there's a place, and I started to play around and came up with this one. Right? This one. But this is how it is when you start to compose. You are just coming, with ideas, and then it is fun. It's pure and simple fun to do it. And this instrument also is this space. So, right, but it sounds cool in the composition, because if I'm just playing like this, obviously not interesting, but in the composition, And then for the end, I thought to myself, I mean, again, the same thing. So I wanted to change a little bit, and I introduced damage that changes a little bit the rhythm. I'm still not sure yet if this is fine or it is final, but this is what I added. So yeah, this is really the composition, and I'm pretty happy with what it came out. I just remember that I told at the beginning that I will create a retro composition. Never thought that it will be this kind of retro composition, and yeah, I mean, with the 40s very own keys, I succeeded to create this composition, and I'm really happy with it. So I hope you have enjoyed this presentation. I hope that it got you inspired, and if you have the 40s very own keys, check it out, because it's in my opinion, the synth sounds are really cool sounds, and there's a huge options and possibility that you can do with it. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.